my party people. It's Friday. Woo woo. It's another day in paradise. It's Friday, yo. It's another day in paradise. I'm gonna make it grand. What are you doing today to make your day grand? Huh? Did your day start off on a good note? Or did it already get crapped on? I know that when my day would start off crappy, my whole entire day would be crappy, and it would just get worse and worse and worse. Does that happen to you? Have you experienced that, where it's like it just feels like it's just one thing after the next, almost like Murphy's Law, like what else can go wrong? Yes, and it could be such a vicious, horrible cycle. And a lot of the times we're actually not realizing that we're doing this to ourselves. Like we're creating this madness in some way. Because what I noticed that I was doing was looking for more evidence as to how my day can go to shit. Because I would actually literally would say, what else can go wrong? So I am saying to the universe, show me. I want to know what else can go wrong. Like it sounds stupid, right? And it sounds like, no, that's not what I'm doing, but that's literally what I was doing. Because words do have a frequency. Words create. They affect matter. And we are 70+% water. Water holds memory. Water is intelligent. And it holds vibration really well. And so when you're talking, your whole body vibrates when you speak. So those words, and you don't have to speak them for them to affect you. You only have to think them. And they don't stay here. Your thoughts don't stay in your mind. It's a frequency. So frequency moves. So even when you're thinking bad thoughts about yourself or other people and you're not vocalizing them, you're still spreading the same negative wavelengths out there to people. And I heard someone say once, and I forget who, it was either an interview or a book or something I was reading, but they were saying, like, when you judge people and you speak negatively about them, either in front of them or behind their backs or in your mind, you're holding them. I think it might have been a near-death experience story, now come to think of it, that I was listening to, an interview, that she said that that's what she was told, that she thought that she was being a nice person because she wasn't saying these horrible things about her coworker who was like appeared to be like this horrible person. But when she had this near-death experience, she said that she was able to see this woman's horrible life and all the trauma that she was enduring. And she was at that point so succumb with compassion and guilt, because she was like, I'm surprised this woman even comes to work and does half of the stuff that she can do. Wow, I had no idea. And so we don't know what other people are going through, and we don't know what their story is. So we get not to judge people, because judging them is like judging yourself, or being okay for others to judge you. And they do say, right, do unto others as you would be wanting done unto you. And it just, we forget that so easily and so quickly. So today, when your day is going to shit, like, choose a better serving story. It's Friday. It's Friday. Like, don't let anything get you down. Like, you have that power. You have the power to choose. So today, if you're going to do one thing that's going to help you move forward in your life and in your goals and in your dreams, choose a better serving story and say, fuck it. I'm not going to let this person take away my power. I'm not going to let a flat tire take away my power and ruin the rest of my day. I'm not going to let that person who came late or who didn't show up or whatever, or that person who cut me off, to destroy my day and my mood. Like, please, guys, put up your panties, pull them up, and stop being so sensitive about the world. No one's doing shit to you. We're all just trying to survive ourselves, trying to get out of our own way. Like, let's be real. We're just all trying to get out of our own way. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry I did. I did not mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to figure out my shit. I have my feelings hurt and I don't know how to express them because I wasn't taught that as a kid. I wasn't taught that expressing my feelings and being in my truth was going to help me as an adult. I didn't know that, you know, doing all this work, this personal development was going to like really unlock that inner child that I put away a long time ago. Like, no wonder why we feel lost and stuck and we don't know who we are, because we compartmentalize ourselves. I know I was doing that. Have you been putting yourself in a box and wondering why you feel confined? Thank you, Wolf Chen. I'm glad you appreciate the words. I'm just trying to be like, what do people need to hear right now? Not that anybody needs anything, right? What do you get to hear today that's going to help you? And I'm just flowing right now. I'm saying, if we could just be all neutral about how life unfolds for us and see it as feedback, as a loving interruption, because sometimes we're not on the path that we're supposed to be on, and life gets in the way of saying, hello, excuse me, you're not supposed to do that. Stop doing that. Hello. We'll fall down, we'll trip. Like, I fell down twice in one day and 3 times in less than 2 weeks. I don't fall, guys. I don't fall. I started getting really in my head about what I didn't get, like, judge myself or get like hard on me, but I got curious and I was like, what is that about? What is it that I'm currently doing in my life that is not aligned with my values, is not aligned with my truth? Am I being honest? Am I being in integrity? And I must say that there were some things that were questionable that I was currently experiencing and living out in my life. So shit, the universe said, mijita, I'm gonna make you fall down so that you could be like, slow down what you're doing, think about what you're doing. And so that's what life is. It's not there to fuck with you. It's there to be, wake up, mamacita or papacito. You're not on your path. You're not on your truth. Our purpose here is to make the world a better place, and we start with making ourselves better again. Being whole and complete. So I want to read what Wolf Chen is saying. This weekend I had anger issues and sadness because of a girl. Isn't that all of us, right? We always, our loved ones are the first people. The people that we love the most are the first people that really trigger the hell out of us, and then we give away our power to all the time. I hear you, my friend. And now your words really make sense, to just get over it. So yes, getting over it, great, but there's a lesson there. Okay? It's going to keep happening if you don't see what the message is for you. So people are our mirrors. We get triggered because there is something inside of us that we aren't willing to look in yet. And so it keeps coming to us saying, hey, you're playing small. You're not yourself. You're not being authentic. You're not being truthful. And then when that happens, we get diseased with our body. We get disconnected with our body, and then we start to feel pain. We start to feel chronic this, chronic that. I get sick, headaches. I'm telling you guys, this shit is for real. There's scientific data now that backs it up that this is for real. And I have lived, and I started a gratitude journal. And I'm telling you, like yesterday, this woman who works at the rock climbing gym gave me her free guest pass to come climbing. And I was already going to pay for it. So I got free climbing and free photographs with my son the day before. I feel like somebody I'll win a $2 lottery more, more consistently. I'm getting $2 back, so I'm getting my money back with the lottery, like little things like that. But I'm noticing and I'm being grateful. And I did a vision board, You know, like I actually, I wish I might actually post some of these photos because they're ridiculous. I grabbed some images of people with like money in their face like this, like they're smelling it. Um, Somebody with like a money dress, and then somebody lying down naked with just money covering the bits and pieces, right? And I photoshopped my face on it. You know, I didn't like sit there and try to do it perfect because it was the intention was um, really what I was after. And I printed them and I put them on a vision board for everybody to see, and my husband too. You know, and it's funny, and I'm having fun with it, and I'm being serious and intentional, but I'm also not allowing like self-criticism and judgment, because I can get like, oh, that's really stupid. That's so corny. Oh, right? Because I think that there was a time when I was like that with myself. Thank you for the hearts. Mama, Essentials, can you shout out me, please? I will sub and like. Aiden and Dustin's YT YouTube. Yeah, shoot, I'll shout you out anytime. But I just want to make sure that you want to actually do it for the right reasons, to sub and like, right? Like you're going to follow and hear the words and the wisdom that is coming, because the messages are here for everybody. And it's not coincidence that you're here today. So when one thing, again, that you can do today is to be neutral. Have neutrality about how life unfolds, and there's a message there. Don't just say fuck it and ignore it and say, I'm just going to get over it, and then just completely not do anything to see what the message and the lesson is. Like I said, because it's the universe coming and saying, or it's your higher intelligence and your guides, everybody, your angels, all of them bringing and saying, hey, no, we're trying to tell you that is not your truth. And we know what our truth is. Like, if we really are going to just sit there and take 2 seconds to think about what we're really doing and our intention, we know. We know when we're being assholes on purpose, and we know when we're being martyrs and victim. And we know. Like, I don't have to tell you something you don't know about yourself. Thank you. I love you. You love my shirt? Yes. So this is one of my clients that I do her triathlon events every year, and she's a plastic surgeon, but she helps rehab women's breasts after mastectomies. And so I'm all about people giving back, and I love working for her, Tiffany Grenwell, and she is just amazing. She has a great heart and does phenomenal work. So yes, it's a yearly thing, and this is one of the shirts for the year. One day I will sign up for her triathlon, because and my daughter and I actually signed up to do the marathon, but I was a drummer for the marathon, so her and I signed up for Koshin Taiko drums, and we did the Los Angeles Marathon this year. It was so rewarding, because there is something about the energy exchange between the drums and the person playing it and the people receiving the drumming. First of all, there's something about sound in general. If you know anything about sound and the vibration, it's healing. And when you do drumming in a specific rhythm, it can really get you in a trance. And a lot of the Aboriginal people and Native Americans, they all use sound, especially drumming, to get in a trance-like state so that they can connect with oneness and universe and consciousness and receive messages and the wisdom that is there to help with the civilization continue, right? And journey on, or for healing. And it's a beautiful thing. And the more and more that I am learning about myself and our ability as not just a human being, but as a light soul energy, the abilities that we have to connect with everything that is around us, and our ability to manipulate our reality. It's really kind of cool. And it starts with just your mindset. It really is just a change and shift of your mindset. Not being judgy, not being critical, not being victim and having to be right about your story. But you don't understand. I was cheated on. You don't understand. you know, they betrayed me, they broke my heart. You don't understand. This person stole my identity. That was me, by the way. And Marisol, if you're out there, I have forgiven the situation. I needed to let it go for the sake and my own mental state. It is a fucked up thing that you did for someone who was like your sister, to steal her identity and fuck up her world with a bench warrant. And against I'm lucky I didn't get pulled over by a fucking cop driving, because there was an arrest warrant again out for me that I had no idea about, because she stole my identity, got a driver's license with her face, my information, got a speeding ticket, and of course she never paid it or went to court or did any of that. Got other multiple tickets in different various counties. Like, guys, you know how hard it would have been for me to try to prove my innocence from behind bars? Anyway, and even right now I want to say something. I don't know if you noticed that I kind of looked and paused. I realized in speaking that I still was kind of charged emotionally telling that story. So to me, that's telling me, so this is the process that I go through now. This is telling me that I haven't fully accepted what happened and healed it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to journal, or I'm going to do energy work or visualizations, or whatever it is that calls to me in that moment, breath work, whatever it is, or maybe even just retell the story to myself in the mirror again and again and again until I'm not charged emotionally. And that's what I do, and that's what I do, and that's what I've done that helped me make peace with my past, make peace with all the unfairness and all the trauma that I endured as a child and as a teenager and as a young adult and as a mother and as an adult and just, you know, weeks ago. Like, there are so many things that we can always find reasons to be victims for. And that's not fair. That happened to me. I didn't have control over that. I didn't have control over that person saying or doing that to me. Well, kinda. I hate to say it, but kinda. You know why? Because it's the frequency that you're tapped into. You're tapped into this frequency, so the only thing you can see, right? If radio is frequency to the ears, and thoughts and visualizations are frequency, you know, is frequency to your thoughts. Like, what you see is frequency to your thoughts. So what you're thinking is a frequency of what you're seeing and living and experiencing. And I started shifting and looking for evidence of my greatness, evidence of my light, evidence of the abundance and love in the world, and the joy that is out there, and the beauty that is out there, and the blessings that are around me all the given time. I can breathe, and so can you. And you're here. I had a friend before that used to be so positive. He'd be like, look. And I'd be like, what's that? It's like, I can move my finger. I'm blessed. I got to the point they said it too much and it was a little annoying, but that was my own thing. I was like, I got triggered because how can this guy be so positive all the time? It's got to be fake. Like, I was judging him because I was in a place of hurt, right? Like, I didn't feel comfortable being that level of joy all the time and positivity. But you know what? I'm that person now. Like, I just did it, guys. I just did the breath. Like, that's me. And it feels amazing. And I feel like I look younger, and I don't feel as heavy and as lethargic as I was feeling. And I don't feel depressed. I don't feel like a burden, you know, like, I know I'm working at understanding truly my value and my worth, but I know I am worthy, and I know I have value. And I'm working on not looking outside of myself for my value, but, and I should say, and I give myself that value and I see the value in me. So now I'm validating my own things and I'm trusting my thoughts and my creations. Before, I would create something, do something, and then wait for people's reaction. And if people liked it, if people commented, just to, am I on the right track? Is this what people want? Instead of just trusting that it came from a place of giving and generosity, and that's what needed to be said in that moment, authentically. And so now I'm living from that space, trusting myself. Well, still working fully, because sometimes, things happen. And, when loved ones say things or do things that feel unfair or that are what I would use as words as attack, right? Like they attacked me, but all they're doing is projecting their fears and their frustration and their insecurities at me, and it feels like judgment towards me. And that before used to get me really, I would really get in my head. I would internalize it and I would amplify it, and I would be like, see, more evidence of why I suck, why I don't belong. People are better off without me. I should not be here. If I could just disappear and never come back, they probably would never miss me. And that was constantly on repeat, on repeat. More and more evidence, more and more evidence. And you know what started happening? My whole body started shutting down. It started getting heavier. It felt like gravity was 10 times stronger just on me because I couldn't get up. I mean, that must be what they say chronic fatigue is. Because I literally felt like I had on a weighted blanket. And it would be one of those, I want to get up and play with my son because I see he's having fun throwing the frisbee with my husband, with his dad. But I couldn't get up. I couldn't get up. And I would cry later on and feel so sad because I would have now guilt and shame on top of that. Because I just look like some person who doesn't care. That's what it looks like to the world. When you're so ashamed and rid of so much guilt, when you're full of guilt and shame, and you don't feel good enough, and you feel like a burden to people, I closed off. And so to people, I came off as a bitch. To other people, I came off as someone who didn't care, who was selfish. And that was not my truth. That was just the armor that they saw that I put on to protect myself because I was hurting, because everybody hurt me so much. I felt so strongly and I cared so profoundly that it just hurt so much. And I started drowning away and numbing myself for so long. I would often get the image of Leaving Las Vegas movie playing out in real life for me. And there was a day that I made a choice because I knew and I tapped into that inner child, that person that I remembered who I was in that moment and why I was here. And in that instant, when everything felt like it was just crumbling down, I chose life. And I chose life for my family, and I chose life for myself, for my light. Because I always knew I was meant for greatness, for a greater cause bigger than me, to bring healing, love, and unity in the world. And there's so many times that I'll record something and I won't put it out there. In the moment, it feels amazing, and then I watch it back. I watch it later, and then the ego part of me looks at it and says, that's not good enough. They're going to judge you. They're going to laugh at you. That's stupid. Like, oh my God, you fluffed the word, or you said the wrong word. And then I just don't do it, even though like 99% of the rest of it was amazing and it had a great message. And maybe somebody out there like you could have shifted their life in that moment, or changed, or chosen life. So if you're hearing this, choose you, because you matter. You are enough, just the way you are, for precisely the way you are. And if you feel like you don't have love or connections in the world, then find love and connect to yourself. Give yourself love. So what if it looks selfish to people? If they think it's selfish that you're giving yourself self-care, it says more about them than you. That's their deal. That's one other thing I learned. Being neutral and not taking people's whatevers personally, because it's not about me. It says more about them. I'm being a mirror to them. Just like how they trigger me, they're being a mirror to me. The same thing. So today, choose a better serving story. Choose to see what the message was, what the lesson was in that hardship, in that trauma, in that story that you want to hold on to. And choose yourself, and choose a relationship over having to be right. That's another good one. There's like so many. I gave you more than one today, and I hope that you really wrote them down and use them. I gave you actually so many things that I do, even gratitude journaling. That's another good tip. I hope that you pause when you find yourself getting activated, triggered, upset, feeling overwhelmed, anxiety. Pause, take a deep breath first. That's the first thing that you have control over, is your breath. Take control. Instantly you'll feel better, and then you can think a little clearer. There's actually energy medicine things that you can do. You can put your hands up here for a while. It'll bring the blood back to your head so you can think clearly and formulate your thoughts, and able to speak from you know, like logic and not emotion. And just think and be honest with yourself. Take an honest look at the inner workings of how you talk to yourself and what the truth is about you. And like, don't be hard on yourself. Have grace. Don't judge. And be like, all right, I choose to reinvent myself in this moment, because I have that power. That's what I do. I fuck up still. I still make mistakes. I still will get triggered because I get caught off guard. I'm literally like doing something and so focused, and something happens over here, and it's like, and I was like, what? And I was like, fuck, I just reacted again. I didn't respond, right? Response ability. I have the ability to respond in a loving, in a way that is meaningful and can be heard, not react to it. And I still react sometimes, and that's okay. I'm not hard on myself. And what I do in that moment is say, hey, you can choose to keep going at this, or you could just be like, oh man, I'm sorry. I realized that I got triggered and I got upset. Sorry. Let's try again. And that's it. And you have that power. Like, just how much more beautiful your days can be. How much more full of love and peace when you can make that decision for yourself. People shift because of it. Because you shift. You have that power. You're that powerful to shift other people in the room because you're shifting into a better serving story. So no more excuses, my friends. Be a yes to you. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Have compassion. Have grace. Be neutral. And make peace with your past, because it's not having to define you anymore. You can choose to reinvent yourself in this moment. Be a superhero because of your story, not a dim light that is sad and hiding, wanting pity and sympathy from people because you can't get your shit together. And I love you because that was me. That is me still. I still haven't monetized. I still don't make money. And I'm still self-sabotaging somewhere. And that's why I'm getting back into personal leadership training, to have a coach, to have many coaches, and be in the room with people who are also like-minded, who are ready to be a yes to themselves. Because life is now. The only moment we ever have is now. Right now, right now, right now, right now. 30 minutes ago when I started this live, that's over. I don't have that anymore. Neither do you. So what are you going to choose right now? I hope you choose the fun, joyful, happy version of you. Keep those energies flowing, my friend. And smile, thumbs up, radiant circuit. It really helps to feel joy when you're not feeling it. Just smile in the thumbs up. I promise you. Just try it. Try it when you, especially in the moments that you really don't want to do it. Is when you should do it. Smile, thumbs up. Thumbs up Friday, yay! Have a fun day. Bye-bye.